Well, we are live. I'm eating ice cream, and then we're going to play some Magic the Gathering. All in all, that's what we're doing. Got my little bot chat going. This is a stream, because we're at 1,000 subs. And it's also a test of seeing how we go with the Twitch stream as well. But, yeah, we're going to play Standard. And we're going to play some more White Weenie. I was going to try some Blue White out. But yeah. Just trying to get my Twitch to start. Because there's not wanting to start. Here we go. Let's see if this wants to work now, eh? Okay. Well, yes, welcome to this this live stream, I guess. This is just going to be me playing a bunch of white cards, essentially, and it's the 1,000 subscribers. So, I think we should just really just get into it, really. I think so. I don't normally stream at this time, that's the thing as well. Normally I stream a little bit earlier. But, if we just upload our deck for today, you can see what it's like. Bouncy without an E. Oh my god, these planes. I'm going to swap these out for Australian planes. And 17. Apparently I have 78 of these. Okie doke. So yeah, we'll pop over to Standard. And let's do a league. I will just go through the deck quickly though. Alright everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a live stream as well. I should probably say it again anyway. Welcome back to the Battlefield everyone, Cedron here. This is a live stream as well as a video for Standard. We are playing more of the mono white aggro / bounce list that has been played in Standard a fair bit and it's been doing quite well. The list that we played the other day at the challenge, we went 4-3 and that's kind of when people started looking at this deck and realizing, oh, it actually might be a pretty good deck. Because the person who won the challenge was actually playing the same deck, but they made some slight changes which I was pretty happy with. And then I saw this other list from Yosef, I think his name is, that I quite liked, and then I changed it a little bit more as well. So essentially with this deck I really liked because we were running 2 Nurturing Pixie. The whole idea of the deck anyway, is Starfield Shepherd and Momo. So where's Momo? So Momo makes flyers cheaper. So you play Starfield Shepherd, it's a 1 and a white warp. But you have Momo out on turn 1, then the Starfield Shepherd, it only costs 1 white. You get Nurturing Pixie, you can bounce them a couple times, get a bunch of Nurturing Pixies in play. And then play Starfield Shepherd later on a little bit cheaper as well. So that's one of the good ones anyway. Now, the other thing though, is that Momo, if you go turn 1 Springleaf Drum with the Plains and go Plains Momo, you can play a turn 2 Sage of the Skies and then get a really quick creature, 2 copies, so you get 2/3 lifelink flyers and also a Momo friendly flyer. And you bash it in for like 5 damage minimum on turn 3, which is pretty good. It's also lifelink. So this deck is essentially very good against blue-red decks. What I wanted to fix with this deck is the first iteration wasn't running any Figure of Fable, and we've seen some lists now running 3. I think probably just 1's fine, to be honest. And then I've gone up on Nurturing Pixies because I've always wanted more than just 2. Normally they just run 2. And I wanted a little bit of a toolbox. So Novice Inspector is good if we just need a bit more of that value. And then we've got a Curious Farm Animals for the Artifact or Enchantment. Sideboard is a little bit different as well. It's actually running, where is it? I can't really say this word too well, but Pyrrhic Strike it is. So essentially like an exercise, but it costs 3 mana, and then you can do 2 if you want to, if you blight 2, which is quite easy to do anyway with the creatures that we have. So being able to destroy a target artifact or enchantment, it's important that it says that, or destroy a target with mana value 3 or greater, is quite important for the Harmonizer decks. This kind of deck falls a little bit far behind because of the Harmonizer list, and a couple of our losses at the challenge was because of that. And then, yeah, a couple of Sheltered by Goats is always good just to show up the blue-red lists a little bit better once we go to post-board. One Elspeth Stormslayer is good against the control, and yeah, Requisition Raid just kind of makes sense. You know, if you have the 3 mana, then you can just go destroy like an enchantment, like the Earthbending, and then you can just give +1/+1 to everything. So it's pretty good. So that's essentially the list, and I'm pretty keen to take it through a league. I do want to say I've officially have over 1,000 subscribers now, so thank you everyone for coming along for the journey. It's been fun, and I know I'm playing Standard right now. I normally play Pauper, but Standard's good, and this deck actually costs about 28 tickets online, so it's cheaper than a Pauper deck when you think about it anyway. All right, we'll hop into some leagues though. Ooh, Magical Line did not want to work. We'll pop that one over. Alright, hang on a second. I just changed scenes for a second. And you can pop over to this. And then we'll just... hang on. There we go. That Safari going well. We'll eat my ice cream as well. Alright. He's loading back up now. Good old Magic Online, they absolutely had a fritz there. Hey, Joel, how you going, mate? Thanks for popping in. 1,000 subs. We finally got there. Well, thanks to you. Alright. It's pretty informal, to be honest, what we're doing here, but me eating ice cream after a quick little run. I was going to say, if you do enjoy these videos, please feel free to like and subscribe, and yeah, let's get to maybe 2,000 one day, who knows. Let's jump into the league, eh? I hope Kerry's enjoying the videos as well. Alright, we're playing as Parana MTG. Let's bring this across to here. Let's give this a crack. Okay, so this hand is like pretty mediocre, to be honest. Yeah, the pixies aren't very good together. Will mull. I mean, look, this is not as good. I think we're just going to keep it. I really don't like going to 5. We've got some interaction. We can play Cosmo. We're on the play as well. I think we can be okay, so we can draw some good stuff. We're at the mercy of the top of our deck, though. Is that full color? That's telling me we're playing against elementals, which I think is a little bit scary, to be honest. Let's go land past. If they play Deceit here, we are pretty cooked. Okay, well, they can't play Deceit here. Let's just drop the Cosmo Grand. They can't really blight it at all. Yeah. Alright. We're going to play the Air Temple. Play the Cosmic Grand Zenith here. Pass. Full colour's a bit how you do them. Okay, just want to stock up. Okay. They can also pretty much lead into like a Day of Judgment here. Which I'm not like 100% on right now. I think what I'm going to do, we can't do much anyway. Shepherd's kind of nice and we get some 1/1s. I was thinking we could activate Soul Stone, but we can activate that if they do decide to Day of Judgment. Let's go, let's just warp this. Get the 1/1s. Always do to this trigger. We'll go get a Nurturing Pixie so we can return it, and then we can play it again. And this is the beauty of this deck. So yeah, we go Nurturing Pixie, pick that back up. Let's just get some 1/1s, get some more threats on the board, and then we can stage this guys if we want to. Sorry, we'll return Starfield Shepherd. Right, it was a good draw that, really. We'll get him, and then yeah, depending on what they do, I mean, we could just play Starfield Shepherd, Pixie again. Or we can Starfield Shepherd, get Momo. And then maybe play Sage this guys. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is fine. So what we're gonna do is, this is the beauty of this deck, is that we can go pretty hard and then we can play a Starfield Shepherd on the following turn. Halir's nice as well. I can't play it all though, that's the problem. I really want to get the Stage this guys down this turn. So I forgo this for Momo. Yeah. We need to leave Halir for another turn with 2, 3, 4 and Pixie and just go through it all again on the following turn. I think we'd rather play Sage of the Skies here, to be honest. So let's play this for Warp. And we'll pick it up again later, I think. So we'll get Momo. There's a lot of iterations to this deck. It's very good. Play this. Play Sage of the Skies. And then we got... Oh, sorry, that is our first... No, okay. We played that slightly wrong. I thought it was because it was like... The first non-limit creature was flying, casting each of your turns. Because I thought it time stamped with that, but it obviously didn't. Okay, that's fine. We'll pass. That was just me and layers not doing well there. We'll see how they go. At least we can just Halir next turn and then play Sages, guys. Okay. So we draw land, we can go through it all again. I am going to play Hardcast Halir. And then play the Sage of the Skies. And then next turn we can do the Starfield Shepherd and just Pixie return it. And just start the Valley Trend again if they do want to untap. So the Mulder Lightning Helix to Halir in response. Oh, they're just consulting. Okay. Let's not kick those, so that's okay. We Draw a card. Another Helia is good. We can warp that and play the Starfield Shepherd and Nurturing Pixie and draw more cards if they decide to Day of Judgment if they want to. I mean, we can just keep boosting through the Day of Judgments. We're a very proactive deck. I didn't even want to play anything specific. I think we just attack first. Maybe we just get a Pixie anyway to just draw a card. Maybe just do that. And threaten lethal next turn. Well, I did not want to grab that. I want to grab a Pixie. That's a... I swear I'm better at this deck. That's really irritating. I was meant to get a Pixie and then we can draw the card. That's the lag for you with this. Okay, at least we draw another 1-drop. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, it's technically lethal, so we will still activate the Soul Stone. I mean, we'll just do the Abandoned Air Temple, to be honest. Let's attack with everything and just do Temple. And then we have Get Lost as well. It's Mirage Bounce. Jeskai Revelation targeting 2. Get 2 1/1s. It's a 4 to that. Okay. So this is how much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, if we had a Pixie, it would have been a lot better. I think we still want to Abandon Air Temple, to be honest. We could... Yeah, let's just Temple here. And we can get Lost a Monk token if we need to. We have a lot of life, though. But generally, if we were meant to have Pixie, then we would have had 3 power. Yeah, about 3 power. Extra on top. We won't do anything about this. It's a long road ahead, to be honest, to really get there in the end, but... Yeah, Day of Judgment, okay. I mean, still got like 6 cards in hand, so they can like do like a consult with flashback. Get Lost aren't my best friend here. And these extra ones are a little bit annoying. I think we just, we Soul Stone and then we can play it. I think we just hardcast a Helia, to be honest. I assume they will have like a removal spell for this, but I think it's fine getting in for 3, sorry. And then play Helia. We're just threatening as much as we can here. Even though they got 6 in hand, like we're still being pretty relentless here. Guess I could have played the Helia last turn because we were gaining life with the Sage. Okay. We'll pass. Yeah, the Revelation's still a bit annoying. They're doing Ultima. Okay. Alright, Momo's not the end of the world. So I think we just... Let's cast it. 3 and then for 5. I'm just mindful that they will have more counters. They will have more destroy effects. We need the threat and lethal though. The longer this game goes, the more we're gonna lose essentially. And I assume they would have a counterspell for this. Maybe they have a... Normally they don't run that many counterspells, but I assume they have no more lies now. And they can pay for this. Should have played maybe in the other way around. Okay. Again, having a Starfield Shepherd on the background here for the value, I think would have done just as well. But alas, here we are. Okay. Well, a fair bit of these get lost will come out, I think. Seam rip. So we may as well just, well, we honestly have like these, I think we just get lost that incept, to be honest. Because we can at least abandon Air Temple, get them for 4. 4 cards left. So, well, they have a Jeskai Rev I'm more worried about. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Just in case we can get lost something if they do a Jeskai Rev. I can imagine they're just bouncing and dealing 4 though. Yeah, we'll still do this. I'm not playing the Sage of the Skies here. They're on 7. It's... I can offer lethal next turn. I'm not just playing one Sage of the Skies. At least we can get lost something and then play it. Or we can Sage of the Skies, get lost something, and then we can get lethal that way as well. I'd kind of rather just keep around this get lost just in case to how people play Jeskai Rev, you can kind of affect what they do with the Jeskai Rev. Like, if they only target one creature, we can fizzle the spell to get lost. And then a consult this early is interesting. Tells me that they just have like another spell. So like maybe we should have just played a Sage, but they might just play a dodge here. It's interesting. So we're going to offer lethal here. It's more just if they have the thing that like they can destroy a creature and gain life. And they've consulted as well. I think let's play... So if I play the Sage and then play the Pixie, return the Sage... Just have no good returns here, that's all. If we just Temple, that's 6. If I play Pixie, then it is lethal. Let's just play Pixie and then just offer lethal here. And we won't choose anything with Pixie. It's just essentially a buff. And then we'll attack. But it's likely that we're pretty cooked, to be honest. But like sometimes control just, they don't draw anything. But they have to watch you do it, you know? They did have a Helix, okay. Maybe it was worth it just to play the Sage of the Skies outright earlier. It's hard to know. We still thread and lethal next turn. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lots of lands. The problem with control is that they can just draw nothing really. We're still going to play this land. We're going to attack with both, and then we'll just fire off the temple. Looks like a Jeskai Rev. So again, like it's the thing of, if they target both our creatures, we can actually get lost. Yeah, so I'm actually fine to... they probably should wait for me to township first. So what's being returned? Let's just sacrifice this onto a map token. Well, actually first let's get lost this. And then let's just sacrifice this onto a map token. That resolves, that's nice. And then we can play double Sage Disguise. So this is what I mean where you can actually fizzle the Jeskai Rev because it's not targeting anything. And then we'll play a Sage of Disguise. And let's just put a... Oh, is this a nothing? Really? Oh, no, it's just a consult. Okay, that's fine. Well, it's not fine, but like, you know, it's better than nothing. And really what we want a Starfield Shepherd on top, I think, just to continue the pain train going. So you get the copy. And let's just add... Thinking about, I'm happy for them to bounce a Sage of the Sky. So let's just put the counter on the real deal. All right, we hit a land. Okay, we'll pass. So we still do not have lethal. They're on 7. Actually, we do with double abandon their temple. No, we don't. We're missing a land. Is this Ultima? All right, there's Ultima. I mean, how many Wraths do they have left? Give me a Starfield Shepherd off the top. A land is not what I wanted. I will pass. They may have turned the corner now. But we should have had more Starfield Shepherds and more Nurturing Pixies in play than this. Yeah, Nagi. Okay. Let's, I think we're done here. Well, hang on. If we get a Starfield Shepherd and they can't counter it, I think we're okay. But we need essentially that to get anywhere. Like everything else kind of is just too slow. Cosmic Grand. I mean, we can play this. We just hold on to... This is for... Yeah. We'll hold on to this. They can't Helix it. And if we draw a Starfield, it's absolutely cracked. And we can do Abandon Air Temple here, and then we do it 2 more times on our other turn. And that's something. It's definitely something. Defeat. Okay. And they got 2 cards. Like, I'm not... And normally they don't run that many Jeskai Revs. So, and we can take a couple hits from this. Okay. Let's just... I know this is like garbage time. But I feel like really with a Starfield, we can get somewhere with a couple Pixies. And I think they're drawing that much. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's warp this. Does it resolve? That is the question. It does resolve. Now, we are not clicking on our planes here. We are going to grab a Pixie. That's interesting as well. We've got 6. Let's grab a Pixie. Play Pixie, pick it up. And then let's just get our figure, I think. Guess that's the other thing as well. They could just remove this. Do full damage to it. Okay. And then bouncing that. Okay. Hey Firewall, you're back. Yeah, good. How are you, Firewall? Um, this is difficult. Spending a lot of time on this. I could play the Pixie. So maybe I didn't. Wasn't really thinking I'd have another Pixie. Like I didn't think they were going to have another one, another Jeskai Rev. Because normally they run only two, but I guess some run three. I guess what I probably should have done is just gone the figure. And they're probably just looking at doing lethal here. No, that's all good, man. In fact, that was really fun. Yeah, they have lethal. Okay. We'll go to a game number 2. I think that the misclick, it did affect us a fair bit there. Rec Raid's not good. Get Lost are a bit how you're doing. Even the Pyrex aren't that good. I think we're just bringing the Elspeth and maybe just dropping a Get Lost. Oh, the Seam Rip's pretty bad, sorry. We should cut the Seam Rips. Sometimes they do run some Planeswalkers to get around stuff. This doesn't really do that much. Like, we could just run the Conquerors for... May as well keep the Get Lost in. We could just run the Conquerors for just extra meat, I guess. Extra meat for the grinder. Yeah, honestly, the Infect deck... I know people weren't big fans of the land grant, but I literally turned 3 people three times in a row, and it was just like... It was consistent, so I still had fun. This hand's not good enough. We'll put it away. This hand is also like garbage. Looks like we're going straight for a game for a quick round loss here. We'll keep this. We'll keep Helia. We'll get rid of a Sage of the Skies. Kind of want to keep a land as well. Do you want to get the Sage of the Skies out of the Helia? That's the question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we have to keep the Starfield Shepherd. It's just too good. I think I have to go fast, and then at least on turn 3 we can do a turn 3 Sage of the Skies. So go land and just say go. Curious Farm Animal is probably one of our worst draws, but like we couldn't not keep it in. So cast this. Let's just go get Momo. And then next turn, I'm hoping we can cast Momo into Sage of the Skies. Okay, this screams like a normalize, but we kind of still have to go balls to the wall here. So we'll go Momo. Like, it doesn't get easier. Yeah, the feedback was good. Like, it was definitely still good. And I had fun playing it. It was great. I will eventually play that Eldrazi Impact Tremors list as well. Okay, let's see if this clock is enough, eh? Don't really want to donate too much more to the cause here. I guess I should have just gone the figure. The Get Lost thing that. Okay. I'm kind of fine just using some of the Get Lost map tokens, to be honest. And Seam Ripping. Okay. Yeah, they can't target the Sage of the Skies because of the how it works as a card. It's actually, you convert mana cost 3. Another Sage of the Skies. I mean, I could just follow up with that next turn as well. Maybe what we do... I mean, I wouldn't mind hitting another land drop, to be honest. I think we attack, and then let's just play the farm animals. I'm expecting a Day of Judgment, so a land would be good, but at least... I mean, if they Day of Judgment, this gets a lot worse as well. get it back after. Let's do this now and see what they do, because they can quite easily lightning helix this. It's kind of good on top, to be honest. If we keep it on top, we can play the other Sage of the Skies. You know what, let's put it in the graveyard. Let us do it again. Land's nice. And let's just play the farm animals and say go. No, it doesn't matter if the opponent knows that you have the kill on board. It just means they have to block it, which you would normally anyway because you're scared of the combo. I think both versions of the combo is fine, to be honest. Okay, Halia. Okay, this is a lot better. So let's just attack. And then we can go Halia, Sage of the Skies, draw a card. And Aerial Skin off our back, and hopefully we can just draw planes. Warp this. Who says you need Momo? The problem is with like the Curious Farmhand is that like it affects the like we can't just sacrifice it to get rid of that and then, you know, Dab Judgment doesn't matter. Like it's not how it's really going to go, sadly. Thanks, Amnioli. That's fine. They can get rid of the stuff. It's really just 2 and a bit cards. Drawing that extra is a little bit annoying. Can't even go and play out of the stuff. Warp. Guess let's just play the Halia. And just pass. The legendary effect on it is a little bit not good for us. Especially if they play an Unagi or something like that. Right, give me something good. Another Pixie is not that good. And we can't really bounce these Halias. Let's just attack. Okay, they're just blocking that. That's fine. We have plenty more of these where they come from. But although drawing cards, they will also draw a card. I'm just playing another one, to be honest. Well, hang on. Let's actually warp. Thank you everyone for the members. So we've got MDH, The Snowman, Thema, Jostro, Kito Masa, and Ryan the Gumby. Thank you everyone for the member. Muchly appreciated. So I think what we're going to do is just we're going to warp this. They're going to draw a card. We kind of need to get out of this though. We're pretty cooked otherwise. I just want to play some Pixies with flying and then call it a day. Thank you for all the members, guys. Though, appreciate it. I don't think my bot Rex comes up as anything specific. And then we're just going to play this other Pixie and just get him with flyers. This feels like how these draws have kind of gone haven't been the greatest, but like it is what it is. I mean, I could have probably played the Halia and the Warp. But them drawing cards is also kind of not that good either, though. Okey-doke. If you watch the beginning of the VOD, you can literally just watch me eating ice cream for 5 minutes. Let's play the Inagi. It's been crazy we haven't drawn another planes either. Let's bash in. Maybe we should have kept that Momo. I don't know if I'll do anything specific for the 100th video. I don't know. I think it just depends how well we grow, I guess. I am leaning up a a video with Strata Games, which should be fun. Again, we just get the flyers. Don't really care about the unagi. We just return this, gain some more life. So I think not this week, next week, I'm gonna just go through some, play some games with Strata Games, and just, I think probably likely just play some of our brews and battle and play some meta decks together. I think our minds kind of think similar with what kind of decks we play. A White Weenie League for the 100th vid. I already got one that I need to upload from the other day. And I don't know how much everyone wants to watch me play White Weenie. I think we're pretty cooked here anyway, to be honest. I feel like maybe we could have won the first game potentially. And do you sleep, Firewall? Because honestly, you were watching my videos at like 2 o'clock last VOD. And so that's, I mean, it's actually pretty late now, isn't it? It's like 6 hours difference between then. Zenith. I mean, let's attack for 1. And I don't even hate just playing... The problem is that Helia doesn't work with the Cosmic Grand Zenith. So I kind of almost want to just play the Cosmic Grand. It's probably going to get normalized anyway. And then with this return it... like get some Momons in play, and then we'll return it. Yeah, I emailed Strata Games. They reached out anyway on one of my posts, and I was keen to collab. This is just Sky Rev. We're just cooked, dude. Absolutely cooked. Yeah, things probably could be played a little bit differently there. I thought we may have even had a demis in the sideboard, but I guess it's not in this version. I think I'd rather them over like Shelter by Ghost, to be honest. Clarion Conqueror is obviously important for like the rhythm decks. Pyrex Strike's good for Harmonizer. Requisition Rage just good. I'd probably even maybe just cut a Rest in Peace in like a Shelter by Ghost or 2 to then get that. I think that's pretty important. One weenie for every video. Damn, maybe like an EDH deck, but like the 100 card singleton would also... Are you referring to 100 singleton white cards, or are you referring to like a bunch of... Are you referring to just like a 100 card deck? I did think about challenges here and there. I'll keep this because we can go Momo, and then we can go Helia Warp, and then play the Sage of the Skies. As long as they don't cook our Momo, otherwise we're cooked and we're just doing everything a turn later. Alright, Momo. Let's get that bread, honestly, dude. God bless you, Momo. Please no recording hex. Please, magic gods. Oh, there you go. It's a convenient hour for you. That's nice. That's good. It's 12 o'clock for Firewall. Don't be cool, dude. Don't play recording hex. Be cool, man. Be cool. No, recording hex. No. I mean, it's completely a fair cop, to be honest. Let's get a play here. Okay, Cosmo Grand is not a play here. We're still going to play... we can't do anything, really. We'll play Cosmo Grand next turn, then we'll play Helia Sage of the Skies. So we get a really good, like, mid-range build here. Can we get some Momo deck box action? I do have a Momo deck box, but it is across the room, and I'm not getting up. Ooh, do they have a land? Recording Hex is my mortal enemy outside of Jeskai Revelation. Okay. Swamp Island. I mean, they're dealing damage to themselves. I think what we'll do, we'll play the Soulstone Sanctuary. Let's just drop the Cosy Boy. And then next turn, go Helia Sage of the Skies. It's still a good curve, don't get me wrong, but like Momo into Helia Sage of the Skies is like cooked as, bro. Absolutely cooked. Okay, they're just countering that. There's been a lot of blue-black around the place as of late. And this deck doesn't like blue-black that much. It's a good one. It's a good one. We're still going to go balls to the wall. Hopefully they don't play Deceit here and just take Sage of the Skies. Otherwise we're cooked. Yeah, the Black Affinity deck was really, really good. I really liked it. And the Jund matchup, like the video goes for an hour and 40 or something like that. And honestly, the Jund matchup I played, oh, this is brutal dip cap of bats. This just very well curved into us right here. Pactal Terror. Yeah, Pactal Terror is sick. What is it? It was honestly just like a sick deck to play. It was really fast sometimes, and then other times it was just like, we can grind. Anyway, half the video is literally me playing against Jund. See, this is not good for me. I think we just hard cast the Helia. But they got 3 cards. I mean, maybe I should have kept it in my hand actually in case we drew a Sage of the Skies. But them hitting a Sage of the Skies is pretty brutal for us. Get Lost will be good. Seam Rip will be really good. And then we can play Sage of the Skies and still draw a bunch of cards. You got Heart Sacked anyway. I think we're just pretty cooked on their interaction curve, I think, this time round. I don't feel too bad against this deck, to be honest. I feel like we have some good stuff. Yeah, I was running Blood Fountain in the list, and honestly, it just felt good. It was just a good deck. Oh, they flipped the Cecil now. You big your 5/5, not good for us. And we draw planes. All right, so we're going to go to a game 2 here. I do feel like we are still set up quite well for them. Let me just hop over to MTG Goldfish and just see what they have for us. It's just a Dimir mid-range list. So they do run the Day of Black Sun and Unagi. They can run the Essence Scatter. The nulls don't matter too much. Yeah, the Phantom Interference was a one-off as well. They do run a lot of like just Doomblade effects anyway. That's just how the deck rolls. Shelter Park Ghost is kind of weird because it actually can be quite good against them. Requisition Ray is kind of cringe. I mean, this Resolved it can be quite good. Our deck's generally pretty good against them. I think we just dropped the Curious Farm Animals. That's not very good. And just bring in the Elspeth. C-Rips are good. Novice Inspectors. Everything else is just kind of good. Everything does exactly what we want it to on the box. Let's not bring in the Shelter by Ghost. I'm going to mark my words now. It is a way to get rid of the bat, but the fact that we have Get Lost and Seam Rip to do that, I think we're fine. And I would have found like if they didn't play the bats or anything, or if we drew a Seam Rip for the bats, we were sitting in a pretty good spot. But it is what it is. Let's try out this game now. Nah, Glaze Fiend's good firewall. I was a bit interested in it as well. I was like, surely this isn't that good, but it's actually it's very good. It's kind of like it just gives you your deck that other side of what you can do. And thanks everyone for the memberships. Had just a big drop, which was quite nice. So thank you. I should probably put up a little stream for the subscribers number, but I already hit 1,000 before I started the video. Look, this hand's not the greatest. I really don't want to mull. It just has interaction though. We're on the play. I'm a bit of a psycho. No, like let's. I'm mulling. I know it sounds crazy. Like this hand is semi pretty good, but yeah, this is way better. We can get rid of a Helia here. And the fact that we can just go Shepherd on 2's fine. We can get a Momo. Yeah, the Rakdos. Yeah, I absolutely cooked Jund. in that video because of Glaze Fiend. Because essentially, I did just outgrind them, but I needed to get that little bit of extra damage through, which I was really surprised I was able to do in the first place. We'll just pass. Yeah, honestly, Glaze Fiend is very more well situated and consistent in mono black. You just churn through so much of the deck, you know. Alright, another Get Lost. I kind of want to... I think we still Starfield Shepherd. It's a bit of an awkward thing with the second Get Lost. These have been very awkward hands. Maybe we just play the Pixie and return the Halia. And just have the Warp for that, I guess. And then if we draw planes, we can do some other shenanigans. But we can't even, like, if we drew a drum, like, it would be nuts. I'm kind of tempted to even just pass here. Let's just pass. Because if we draw planes, then we can do more things. If we draw a Springleaf Drum, a 1-drop, we can do more things. If they play a bat here, yeah, I'm honestly just going to cook something here with a Get Lost. Just to use our mana at least. Because I don't want them to Kaito next turn. This is fine. Shoot the Sheriff on the top. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to cook the Siren so they can't Kaito us if they have a Kaito. I was going to do it in between rounds, but they're going too fast for me, for my little brain. Okay, this feels better now. I think what we do is we just play Momo, play the Starfield Shepherd, get a Plains, and then play the Nurturing Pixie, pick up the Starfield Shepherd, and then we can do Halia on the following turn. So this time I do want to click a Plains. We'll play a Plains, play the Pixie, pick up the Shepherd. This is what the deck's meant to be like, you know? If you want to build in particular, I actually kind of want to brainstorm a little bit more around the Cat Knight deck. I was thinking about, a couple of people were talking about just taking green out, and I was thinking about how a white-black list would work, but I was also looking at making a deck with Ivy Denizen, the green creature, the 3 in a green. Whenever another creature comes into play, gets like +1/+1. You put like a counter on itself or another creature, so you can go infinite with persist creatures or something like that, which I kind of like the idea of. So we can basically just win this game if we can just keep cooking them with... So we can go this, Halia, and then Nurturing Pixie. So we'll attack for 2, and we can gain life, play another Pixie, and draw a card. And this is kind of like where we just want to sit. They have an island, you know, they can probably annul or whatever, but this is like where the value train kind of comes in. So this makes that. And then this costs 2, which isn't the end of the world. It's how Richard Garfield intended it to cost, even though Richard Garfield hasn't had anything to do with the game for a very long time. But it's, yeah, it goes on warp mode. And let's pick up a Pixie. This is why I wanted the extra Pixies in the deck. So we can play the Pixie. And just having these extra flyers are cooks, you know. We draw a card as well. Pixie goes back to hand. They can't bat us because we have a Get Lost, which is fantastic. And we draw a card. We gain a bunch of life. We have the Momentum here as well. And it's not the end of the world if they just Black Sun us here, because we have another. We can just continue with the Starfield Shepherd. Cosmo Grand's good. I do like a good Cosmo Grand. Yeah, basically just want to blast through this league, and then we can kind of talk through some of the other cards and whatnot. Alright, they just tap it out here, just for a Kato. Okay. We can cook this though. I mean, and they go to 5. I think that's too much of a problem, especially if we draw a land. So we can just go Cosmo, put counters, get rid of Kaito. I'm kind of fine with that. Let's do that. Let's do that thing that gives us crazy amount of tempo. Put counters on everything, please. Let's go to attacks. I could have get lost it as well as an option, but we kind of set up a lethal hit next turn anyway. And like I have Halia and all that stuff. It's just another Kaito. No, Day of Black Sun. It's come for us. That is fine. Let's just do all the other things. We can get a land here. I mean, we're just going to do what we did before. Warp this. Do a Shepherd. And that's why I'm pretty sure I've added another Pixie in this deck. And I think we might just hard cast a... Let's just get a Pixie. Again, we're under no real mega threat right now. It's just a crazy engine. Like, I've just literally, based off 2 cards, I made like 2 different board states. They got 3 cards, but we have 2 things going to warp. We're drawing an extra card here. And drum's still good as well. Like, playing Halia and then playing drum, and if we draw a 1-drop, then we draw another card because it's an artifact. Life's good, you know. Just playing mono white deck in a league. It's just like, what else do you want? The old Cecil, eh? It is a bit of a game of cat and mouse with Cecil. Let's just play a Halia first. Let's attack for 2 in the air. Does become a lifelink in next turn though. I want to play the drum and just, if they want to get rid of this warp creature, that's fine. They can Doomblade it if they want to. They do have a shoot on top, don't they? They can respond to any of these, all of these anyway. They could have responded to also just hitting the Starfield Shepherd. Like a shoot the sheriff in response to the Pixie. I'm fine with them Doomblading this. Like we've had a good amount of cards from that. Oh, they're hexing that. Okay. And they've got 1 card left. We can get lost this Cecil next turn. So they'll attack, it will flip. And then we get lost, play Starfield Shepherd. And just go on a merry way. Hopefully they just use all the tokens on it as well. Restless Reef is in the background as well, which is important to recognize here. It does have another effect as well. It has Protect on it. Yeah, we could try Black White Breathless Night. I think there's still a space for it to be in green, and I do want to give it a crack. Soulstone Sanctuary is good. They can still do a fair bit. I kind of want to play, Dead Guy Knight, like a Dead Guy Owl deck. Yeah, that seems good. Even like doing like Curse Marauders and just returning them into play and make them destroy and whatnot. It seems pretty good. I'm just thinking about my turn here. I wouldn't mind playing like a ward. The cat is back. I could play a... sorry, I have to hop down. How does this look? They only got one card in hand, so we can quite easily just get lost that here. And I kind of want to do that as well before things get a bit shaky with that Cecil. I've been through the 3 Pixies and Novice Inspector, so we only get like a Figure Fable. 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't attempt just to play the Halia, get lost, and not attack just yet. Just cast the... Thanks, Nicholas. It's been a long road, but it was fun. I think we still warp the Shepherd and then play it on a subsequent turn. Play here, warp. We only got 1 mana then. I do like drawing cards though as well. I just don't want to lose the Starfield Shepherd. Maybe we just play the Halia. And then we have 3 mana. I kind of just really want to get lost that now though. That's the thing. While they have probably no, and we're not attacking because they got a bunch of lands in play. It's just if they top tick a bat, then we lose the Starfield Shepherd and we get lose the Figure. Do they have a count? Okay, I thought they were going to have a counter spell for a second. They have an absolutely huge Soulstone Sanctuary if they want to. It's also a ninja because it's every creature type, so it is a 4/4. Yeah, if I'm dropping green, I'm just going fully into that, I think, to be honest. So the last creature is that. We still have a fair bit of life, but yeah, I'm worried about the Soulstone Sanctuary, and if they get a map token on it, it gets pretty crazy. Yeah, so it's a 4/4, and then it can essentially be an 8/8. But the Cecil had to go, it had lifelink. Yeah, 125k views as well over all the videos, which is good. I mean, I'd rather them draw these lands than have a gigantic Soulstone Sanctuary. But I think we're getting to the point where we can almost get a gigantic... I mean, I wouldn't mind if they were just drawing lands off the top instead of absolute fire. At least they're not hitting the bats either, so we can actually... Or binning the bats anyway. If I was them, it probably would be nice just to hit the last Starfield Shepherd here. Probably just going to play the Starfield Shepherd. I mean, I'm going to actually block this and just get rid of it. I think it's just a fine thing to do. Oh, they're just shuffling it in. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Starfield Shepherd is probably getting a Figure Fable. Maybe that's just not an artifact or something. It's got Vigilance as well. Christ almighty. Momo is another choice actually. If we get Momo and Abandoned Air Temple, it's not still the same clock really. So if we get this, we're gonna get a 4/5. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The rest of the 3 fizz are a little bit annoying. The Momo can be good, especially if we have Sage of the Skies. We'll keep the Springleaf Drum in our hand, but with the Figure, so we can go 1 and then 1, 2, 3. So we can make it a 4/5 pretty quickly. Still doesn't get around the Soulstone, it's Vigilance. Maybe we do get the Momo and try and just get them in the air. You know, I'm kind of into that, to be honest. Let's play the Momo. I think it is really a race. A Sage of the Skies would be fantastic. They got 3 cards in hand as well, but they're all lands. They can take the drum, that's fine, bro. I mean, it was more like if we drew a Sage of the Skies, then we had something for that. So they had another bat on top, it looks like. And essentially here they can go... Well, they can bash for 5. It can be almost like a 2-turn clock, really. I think Clue Token 1-drop into something would be fantastic. I think we take this. It's not lethal next turn. And we got to race them somehow. Oh, so close. If we hit something, we are laughing here. And then we can. It has to essentially be a 1-drop though. I think regardless, we're still playing this Sage of the Skies though. Let's just crack this clue. Can we get... No, it's not a 1-drop. I think we still play it just to get a... Well, we can attack with both. If they block with the bat... Then we get a drum back, and then we can still play the Sage of the Skies. I think that's pretty good, actually. We'll attack with this, attack with this. See if they block the Momo. They do not. Let's just play the Sage of the Skies. And then everything can bash next turn. We were right to hold up the drum. I don't know if it was better. Okay, there we go. All right. We're going to a game 3. Yeah, this is why I didn't want the Shelter by Ghost. I guess we can bring in the Conquerors. But honestly, I think everything did the job. And I wanted the drums as well the whole time. I think we just run it back, really. Okie dokie. Now, we are on the draw. Yeah, we do, Nicholas. We do. There is one that runs and it actually fires. It goes so freaking hard, dude. I'm gonna mulligan this. We get like 25-ish players, 26 players. It's pretty lit. We'll keep this. Let's just put the figure on the bottom because we can get it anyway with our stuff. Seam Rip helps with interaction when they're on the plate. We're just gonna Seam Rip literally a ham sandwich at this point. Yeah, come down, Nicholas, to Adelaide. You can check the event finder, but yeah, we definitely have Pauper down here, which is absolutely sick. All right, this is a good draw, so we can play this. This allows us to also go Shepherd into Pixie, return the Shepherd, if we so desire. Yeah, it feels like very format dependent. Some places, doesn't it, Nick? I haven't been to Brizzy in ages, actually. There it is, the bat. The bat has to take the Seam Rip, otherwise we get it essentially. And then we can go, yeah, Shepherd into... Seam Rip's just the pick here. But we can still go Shepherd into Pixie, pick up the Shepherd. Springleaf Drum's just an absolute house. Yeah. And hit me up, you know. There's always decks to be played around as well. But it's just been absolutely just going bunces, which has been fantastic for us. Alright, this is kind of interesting. I kind of want to... We'll play the Starfield Shepherd. But I think we actually get Momo and cast Momo because we can get a really good Sage of the Skies off. And the fact that we have another Starfield Shepherd anyway, let's just go for speed. Speed is our friend. Oh, KFC chip drop off. Oh, yeah, go on then. Get me some chippies. Thanks, Amnioli. Amnioli's also a local, by the way. Also, Amnioli's username is tied to my Mana Traders, so I don't know if I even get anything off of that. Oh, done, mate. Absolute done. This is good. If they're doing this, that means the Sage of the Skies is resolving next turn. And they're bidding a Kaito. All good for the Mana Trader subs. No, recording Hex. So mean. Oh god. Alright. Let's put the shields up. Let's play this other Starfield Shepherd. And get a Pixie, I'd say. We're a little bit lackluster on planes here. Let's get the Pixie. Yeah, get the Pixie. Play the Pixie, return the Shepherd. We've got 3 cards left. This feels better, doesn't it? Day of Black Sun feels a lot worse now. How dare they get rid of my Momo though? That's so mean. Watery Grave. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. There's been a couple of viewers. Man, they really just want to... It's just a Kaito. Kaito's going to be absolutely festy if they play a Kaito here. They did bin a Kaito as well, so maybe one of their last 2 cards is. In that case, we're probably going to be get lost in that Kaito. Here it comes. Yeah. It was pretty obvious when they discarded the last Kaito. They're just tapping their mana properly here. Alright. Kaito's got to go. I assume it's going to draw a card off of it. A Plains would be phenomenal. Absolutely phenom. Okay, Dad, give me a Plains. I mean, I'll take that. So, I think what we do is we play the Shepherd again. And then we'll go get another Pixie. Play... Do we get the Pixie or a Momo? Maybe we get the Momo now. And we still get lost. Let's get Momo. I was just thinking, because we could return the Shepherd. But I think we have to get lost here. Unless the Kaito goes too crazy. And then we can play 1-drop next turn and then the Shepherd. 1, 2, 3. Or we can play the Sage. Yeah, I think the Momo is correct. And let's just get rid of this Kaito. Get lost. 2 cooked otherwise. And we have 2 Warp Starfield Shepherds. Plains would be fantastic. They can go hard on this bat as well. I wouldn't mind drawing a Seam Rip for it, but... Decapping Bats is the kind of thing where like it's absolutely busted if your opponent does not draw any removal spells, but then if you if you hit removal spells, then it's a House of Cards because it normally has a removal spell underneath it. So don't get me wrong, they can go pretty hard on this Enduring Curiosity. That is pretty good. It's also pretty good against my board set kind of thing. They do draw a card. Alright, they're tapped out now. So if we go Momo, we can play Sage. I think everything kind of just starts. I guess we could have done Cosmic Rain instead. I think the Sage is too good, to be honest. And then next time we Cosmic Rain. Yeah, the Shepherd's going to cost 1 extra now. We could have maybe played the... Yeah, the question is, are we attacking with this? And or are we blocking that? I think we want to keep the Momo around. I think we're just like blocking 1 each, to be honest. They can't really block the Deep-Cavern Bats unless it gets huge. Spyglass, okay. Beating the Spyglass, having the Spyglass in their hand. It's probably worth for them to chuck something on there. Washi Tong, there it is. The very expensive card. I genuinely don't want them to draw cards. I think we're going to block this, to be honest. I think I'm fine with just blocking this. I think because we have so much value in other things. Like here I can play Cosmo Grand, then tap it, play Pixie, pick up the Sage, and get a bunch of 1/1s. And then have a block for the bat. It's just more like they're just going to tap out for something else now. Sheriffing that. That's fine. That doesn't really affect my turn next. They're playing a Spyglass Siren. That's kind of annoying. Land is nice though. Let's play a Cosmo Grand. And next turn we can get into the Shepherd territory. Let's create a bunch of 1/1s for blockers. And let's pick up... I think we pick up the Sage of the Skies, to be honest. We have a blocker now for the Enduring Curiosity. They can draw like 1 card, and we can play the Shepherd next turn. So they don't draw anything a bit more hectic. I think we're okay. It's more of this map token, if they have it on land on top, and then they can hit with their Deep Cavern Bats. Okay, do they hit it on land? They don't, thank God. That mattered a lot there. They also tap like that, which is interesting. Yeah, we're just going to chump block this with the Soldier. And then on our turn, I'm hoping we can just play... We can just tap the Soldier and play a Shepherd, I guess. I mean, Momo's pretty good. Maybe just Momo and Sage of the Skies. I think we've got to do that. Let's play Momo. And then we'll Sage of the Skies. I think we'll put counters on stuff now. Because now I feel like we can effectively bash into things now. I mean, I could have gotten some more 1/1s and then just bash with these two. I think we're just bashing with the Reef though. Okay, they're tie-bind maging the Cosmogrand. What are they targeting with that? They're targeting the Sage of the Skies. Okay. Well, we still get 1. Okie dokie. We're not attacking now. We want to keep everything around now. A 2/3 is nothing to wince at though. It's just more if they play a Black Sun here, we're pretty cooked. Because they can do it for 3. 1 Chitong. When you've got 2 flies. Doesn't get a counter though. I wonder if it's worth it to even keep the 1 Chitong in for later. So it searches libraries though, which is important. And they draw a card. The Shepherd does get worse. Oh, down, kitty. This is getting very interesting. How big is this? 6/5. I think we just block again, to be honest. We have better flyers than them. I'm kind of happy for them to draw a card, and at least we can get in with some of the flyers now. Maybe like a Momo. Sage of the Skies. Sometimes we just cast this for 4. The question is, do we just get a Pixie or something? They do draw a card off the 1 Chitong. This is where the 1 Chitong will go off. I think we just get more anyway, then based on drawing cards versus us just getting more stuff. I think it's fine because we're just getting a bunch of counters. They can do that, that's fine. It gets a counter. Momo gets bloody staunch as hell. Play this on white. Tapping. 3 flyers. I think we're attacking with that Momo because we have 4/4. Got 1, 2, 3 flyers, a bunch of other things. Getting 1/1s. We're just tapping this other Pixie down. Let's get some 1/1s. So we can block some of the ground stuff when that inevitably happens. And what's this returning? Like a Sage of the Skies again? I kind of don't hate that idea. I think it's returning a Sage of the Skies, to be honest. We still have 2 other flyers. They can attack with their 3 flyers, but then they lose it. Maybe we do keep the other Momo back then and just pass. Everything else is kind of like going on pretty well for us. And then we can double Sage next turn. 2, 3, 4, 5. Wouldn't mind finishing them off. They could draw a card if they attack with everything, but then we cook them pretty hard. I think we attack. And pass, yeah. But they can have they have another Curiosity. Okay, at least we can block those. And it's really if they ace base. I don't know if ace basing is correct for them though. All good, Fireball. Thank you for dropping in. Like maybe they just fire off. Halia would be a very good draw actually. Gaining lots of life, playing Sage of the Skies. Black Sun for 3 would be pretty busted for them. We don't really have any 4-drops. Elspeth would be a good draw. I would like an Elspeth, please. They are ace spacing. Okay, well, let's go to blocks. So this can quite easily block this and kill that. Let's block here. It's 3-2. What's that blocking? It's probably a flyer. It's blocking the Wanshi Tong. Let's reset blockers quickly. Let's go, this goes here. This goes here. They will draw 2 cards. This goes here. This goes here. And this goes here, I think is correct. I think that's fine. You know what, a 4-3 is not the end of the world. Let's go this one here. This one here. And they can draw 2 cards. I think that's fine. Yeah, they get two draws, which is like, that's, don't get me wrong, that's pretty good. I'm happy to hit that Wanshi Tong so we can still do a Starfield if we want to. They can bat, but that just gets us the Seam Rip again. And then we can play Sage of the Skies into Sage of the Skies. And I'm hoping that gets us there. Still have 2 cards in hand. They can't not hit the Seam Rip. They have to hit the Seam Rip. Just get a bunch of 1/1s and we'll attack with our flyers. They're in 1 Sage of the Skies. But we can also, they must have a null in their hand then. Alright, well let's do this. Target that. We'll play this. And we have a Get Lost up as well. We'll get 1/1 so we can block their stuff better. Get the lifelink action in, and then we'll get in with the Momo. Actually, Momo and Pixie. Apologies. Because we got this Get Lost still. Question is, do we... They still get the counter of that, that's fine, that happens. The 1,000 dude, that's awesome, but I will still destroy that White Tech Wednesday night if that card guys are willing now to have 2 Wanshi. No, not the Wanshi Tarn. Anything but the Wanshi Tarn. I got 3 minutes, sorry, I'm just going to lock in for a second. Alright. Oh, they stopped that, okay. Well, still, let's just get in with this 1/4/4. Maybe this as well. Yeah, like we have Get Lost. This is fine. We'll attack with this. We have flyers, ways to block things. We need to end this game. That's what needs to happen. Drowner. Spaghetti-o. Okay, they're tapping that down. Okay. So they'll be drawing literally a million cards. They probably activate the Soulstone Sanctuary as well. The Tie Binder is definitely a good hit. So we just jump in front of a couple buses here. They got 0 cards in hand. Let's go to blocks. So this is a 3/3. This is 6/5. We'll block that. We can block that, and they'll take 2, 4, 6. They'll draw 8 cards. We can cut 1 out at least. Block this. And then we keep 1 fly around. Sorry, we just do it the other way. I'm gonna run out of time. Sorry. This is why standard's fun though. Like holy crap. And then let's just get lost. The Soulstone Sanctuary. Oh, they're shuffling that away. That's pretty good. I get that. See you later, Cosmo Grand. It's been real. Let some just get lost this. And let's see what they draw. I mean, they do draw a lot of cards, don't get me wrong. They draw 6 cards here. We have a bunch of flyers. You just have to pray it's enough, really. 3, 5, 5, 6, 7. It's probably not though. Guess we should have cut maybe some Get Lost for... Okay, they got a Recruiting Hex for Momo. That is a good card to do and use. Maybe I should have actually just chump blocked the Soulstone and just destroyed the 6/5 Enduring Curiosity because it was just so big. Alright. They may just have enough now because we don't have the Momo. It's been a good game though. Need to say just guys up to 3. Yeah, we're cooked I think because we can't get anything else. We could play this for 5. But then they're still drawing 6 cards. It was still close games to be honest, but they were fun. Alright, we'll go on to another one. Kind of want all the Pepsi Max, so I think I will get a drink. I'll be back in a second. Still waiting for another match. Again, thanks everyone for the memberships. Very nice. Alright, sounds like we're waiting for a game here, which is good. Yes, we would like to play first. Look, this hand's good as well. It's good-ish, we should say. We do need a couple more lands. Momo's too good, and the fact that we can draw some very good stuff. Well, they mull to 5, that's a bit rough. Let's just hit them with the older... the 3/2 as the ancient texts always go by anyway. All Alright, red blue, we're playing against otters likely. Land is not amazing. We'll just attack. We're likely just going to be playing the Cosmogrand on turn 3. Or we can play actually... No, we're still going to do that. Actually, we'll play the Halir because if we draw another land and they play something, we can go Cosmogrand Seam Rip, which is pretty good. This might also be Spelementals, which is a little bit concerning. We don't have always the greatest stuff about it. Yeah, this looks like Spelementals. So we want to try and get a little bit faster here. Yeah, they're Spelementals. So these Seam Rips are absolute garbage against them. We're essentially going to be using them as like a Storm Count. My package is delivered apparently. I'm going to run out a Cosmogrand here. And then attack for 1. And I'll be back in 1 second. Nothing like a little bit of Dirty Bird, eh? Bit of chippies. So, we're playing against Spelementals, where Rest in Peace is a good card against them. This is like... our best hits now are like... The second Momo's not that good. Draw a land, which we did. We're just going to play the just Hardcast the Halir. And then we're going to play... At least we draw a card off this. We're just going to play the Seam Rip just as a Storm Count. Just so we hit this, get the 2/1/1s, draw a card. And then next turn, we can threaten a lot of damage. If we draw Plains, we could do Abandoned Temple or something like that. But it's very real that they can just play something quite big now. Or like the... Yeah, they got 3, 4, 5, 6. So they can play their thing over and then they can also just do the Thunderflock as well, which is not good for us. I mean, still our stuff is like not too bad. So like, yeah, in terms of like what they can do, they play like a 4/5 and then they play Thunderflock, which is about to come any minute now. But we can also just play Cosmogrand and Momo again. Just when you use second spell. Yeah, so we have to, it's a little bit when we have to play, I think we kind of get around these though with the life game we can do. So we play this, and then we just play Momo, get the 2/1/1s again, and then Halir next turn can just get more stuff in play as well. So we'll pass, no point really, I mean we could like warp 1 Halir I guess, but I think it's fun to keep it in our hand as well. Another Thunderflock. We are absolutely cooked here. This list also took out Doorkeeper Throw. So we're fighting for our lives here, let me tell you. Yeah, we're cooked here with this many 4/5s. So we're bringing the Rest in Pieces, and the Seam Rips just come right out. They're just terrible cards in this matchup. Shelter by Ghost is actually not that terrible because it can hit the Elemental. Just depends on when it comes out, really. Cyrix Strike and Elspeth I kind of like as well, so we're bringing these, and we'll just cut Curious Farm Animals. It's like terrible. We'll cut that, and then we'll cut. Where you see Rip? There you are. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think we go too hard on the. I think we do kind of keep everything else in though. Maybe we just don't run the shelters because we've got the Cyrix. And maybe we just cut like a Pixie. Fable seems pretty terrible as well, to be honest. In terms of 1-drops, like we're likely just going to do a Pixie and get an Inspector at the end. Yeah, I think this is good enough. We'll run it like this. This deck has not been our friend today. Normally it's played actually quite good though, but that's okay. Look, this is pretty fine because we can do the Pixie and the Springleaf Drum shenanigans. This list doesn't run anything like a Dried Militant or anything like that, which is actually probably not too bad. So we're going to do Starfield Shepherd and getting a Momo, so we can do a Sage of the Skies. That's kind of like, we need a quick clock down, really. Alright, Plains is interesting. So, let's play Plains. We'll do the Starfield. Float a mana, play Momo. And pray to the magic gods. It lives to see another day. It's just too good not to do anything else specific. It looks like they're going to Burst Lightning this. Yeah, just Fire Magic, get rid of it, fair enough. It's when we're not wanting to go like Nurturing Pixie Starfield in this game because like their late game is so much better than ours. Like they're going to play a bunch of 5/5s and bounce all our creatures. We've got to get underneath them before that happens, really. Okay. This is interesting, but like not in a good way because we can't do this the Sage of the Skies and then play Springleaf Drum, and we don't have a creature. So I think we're playing the Nurturing Pixie here, and then we're turning Drum, playing Drum, and we'll keep that Drum in our hand, I think. Oh. I guess we could... Yeah, this goes on the stack, actually. So in response, we can tap this for a while. And it returns. We can still play Sage of the Skies. That's nice. So at least we get some level of clock each coming in here. And we can play like just Drum and Abandoned Temple, and then maybe we can get in there with a couple Temple hits. Them Fire Magicking means they can't do much else though. Okay, there's opting Burst Lightning. They're still a very good start off their turn. I'd love to just rip a Rest in Peace off the top. It's a very good card. They've shocked though, which tells me they probably have some level of counterspell. Third Drum is not going to cut the mustard. We are just going to attack with everything. I'd rather just play 1 Drum. Okay. 1 Drum it is. And we just keep everything on the back so we can just fake that we have a Cyrix Strike or something like that. You can target that before the Sun of Flock so they can't cast off. Okay, Brad. That's a good one. The 4th Springleaf Drum is brutal. I guess we just pass. I was really not expecting the fourth drum, but the drums do drum things, I guess. They're not doing anything. And we can't do anything. We'll just pass. So we can get around them playing a Thunderflock by Get Losting their Eddie Merc, or like their other thing. But them having Winter Stories is pretty grim. When they're discarding, it's always a bit scary when they discard something really good against us. Alright, another bounce spell. So they have mono interaction here. And we're drawing a plains. Well, look, let's just play the Shepherd. See what they do, eh? I think we're probably just getting a Pixie to try and get some level of mana going, I guess. I can just burn it though, which is the problem. Let's get the Inspector, because at least we can draw a card off the clue. Too dangerous with untapped lands. Let's just keep these other two drums in our hand, eh? Let's be real here. There it is, Eddie Merc Crab, and then they're gonna play Thunderflock. I mean, they're getting close to just hardcasting Thunderflock anyway. In for 5. Yeah, pretty good with Internet Stories. Maybe we just hop over to Pauper, I think. Standard's not being our day. And I've played a lot of cards today already. Let's have a look here. Infect, Absent. Maybe do some scratches with Lux Knight Breacher. I did want to give that a crack in just some scratchies. I have all the cards, I think, as well. I'll just quickly update it on here. Yeah, in for 5, and then I think we need a very particular set of cards to actually win this game now. Soulstone Sanctuary is not up there in those cards. I get lost on a Thunderflock's like kind of okay. I think that's just, if we warp it, it goes away though as well. Look, I think we're pretty cooked here. Let's just concede and drop this league, I reckon. And we'll hop over to some Paups. And we'll just play some general stuff. I'm just keen to play some Lux Knight Breacher because I haven't done that in a while. I just changed the titles over as well. Where is my Lux Knight? There it is. Do you just want to play a giant creature? I sure do. Sorry about all the ads. Let's download this. Let's try it out with some good old fashioned Leonardo. All right. Let's insert a deck. And just see if we need anything off the top before we go into it. I need Ancient Dens and Citadels and Wedding Invitations. Okay. Might just even see if I can just get them from GoBots, because I'm going to be using them in the future anyway. If they're like any resemblance of money, I'm not going to get them though. Oh yeah, they're technically money. Let's get Mana Traders to bring this stuff back. This is the list. You know what? I'll just return the cards first. And then we just pick up the Ancient Dens Citadels. I'll play some good old fashioned Lux Knight. I haven't played literally Lux Knight Breacher in like 6 months, I would say. And I do want to quickly just change any cube up. I could cube. I could do a cube actually. Let's have a quick look. I don't think so. I think they're bringing it up after turtles. We'll have a look here. Let's go to limited and see. Contraption League. That might be what they have. They do have Vintage Cube up. Gosh, it's been a hot minute. I could do some cube if you want. We could do a cube, and then if we have a bit of time, we'll just jam some Lux Knight, or jam some Lux Knight in the off times. I can do that. Let me just move the cards over first for my Lux Knight build. So I need Ancient Dens. So 4 Ancient Dens. Then 4 Dark Steel Citadels. I really don't own any Springleaf Drums. And that should do it. I've got everything else kicking along. So we'll send it through. I'm the only doing a hop on Discord and we'll do cube. I know you want to. The hidden mode for these cards is you hold Control A and then move them, and then they all move over. I don't know if anyone didn't know that, but it changed my life essentially. Alright, update these. Just this still runs the core Skyfishes, which is pretty saddleback legit. Let's have one of these. Let's just see how this version goes. I do miss Lux Knight Breacher. We don't have ways to really get them without the Militia Bugler. But I think it was just Wedding Invitation, Springleaf Drum, just getting into late stuff. It is more possible. We'll see how we go. We'll see how we go. It could maybe not work. I just want to try with Leonardo. We'll just jump into the queues as well. On a brew? Yeah, why not? We're on a brew as well. Go on, Dream. Let's do this. Okay, this hand, look, it's keepable. It's not great. I think we're on the draw anyway. Let's keep this. Oh, cheeky planes. Deathblade Elite. Oh, are they playing Heroic? Well, that's literally the best draw we could have asked for. Hopefully we get just a gigantic Lux Knight Breach at the end of this. That's what I'm praying for. And we just call Skyfisher. We'll play all our artifact lands out. I think we're... Okay, they're doing this. I mean... Us bouncing a Thread Inspector is with the core Skyfisher is quite nice. Doing a planes, okay. It is a little bit scary. Double Lux Knight Breach is nice though. So we'll play this, return the Thread Inspector. Next turn we're just going to do it all again. We'll play Thread Inspector, core Skyfisher. It's going to feel good. Love Deathblade Elite. Love this card. Love the mechanic Provoke as well. Like, I'm glad they made that. it gives white like a a Doomblade-esque effect. So it provokes we have to block it, and they just give it, hell yeah, Lux Knight, yeah, let's play some Pauper. Standard's not my day today, And then obviously just activating the ability. Yeah, that's fine. If it's almost just like prevent all the damage. But my god, we're gonna have the biggest Lux Knight Breacher known to mankind in a Mo. Oh, it's Dreen. Oh, here's good brews. Yeah, let's go. I haven't played against Dreen before. I'm deciding about whether to play my Lux Knight Breacher next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as an 8/8, or to wait until we Battle Screech as well. I do like Battle Screeching. I think we Battle Screech and just make some giant Lux Knight Breaches. I'm keen to see it. Like if he's got a brew for mono white, I am listening. I am 100% listening. Yeah. Okie doke. I think we're just playing the breach. Ooh. You know what? We're going to do the Battle Screech because I'm very, very greedy. And I do like blocks. We do lose a bird, I guess. No, we don't. This is being very greedy. Because they get in with all this now. They've missed another land drop though. But I just want to play a giant Lux Knight Breacher. That's what I dream to do. And it's going to be very big. We've still got the blocks as well. And they'll probably do the provoke here, so it has to block. We're not going to block the core Skyfisher. Did you decline to use it? I'm happy to make them just time walk their turn to do this, to be honest. Like, what is going on though? Did they want to draw planes? No. Okay. They didn't even get to see my Lux Knight Breacher. That's sad. I don't know what they're doing over there. I know that I'm going to bring in Prismatic Strands though. They're probably going to have Dust to Dust. What do I want to take out? If they have Dust to Dust, I probably want to cut some level of drums, I think, and just run it like that. Everything else is fine. Yeah, just run it back. Yeah, this is good as well. Leonardoing, just Thrave Inspecting and playing it again seems pretty good to me. These lands are cool. Start playing Lux Knight and then I get 2 more viewers. They're not doing anything. We are going to start off. I'm mindful if they run any revoke existences. So we're going to play a plains. We don't have any Lux Knights yet. That's why I'm playing just a basic plains first. Oh, they're just cycling. Bally Rush Banneret, let's go. If this is like the there's some cool soldier stuff you can do though. Let us play a land. I don't really want to. Oh, I could just charm it, to be honest. I could just play drum and charm it. It makes for a pretty explosive turn 3 here. From them. Yeah, let's just charm them. And we know it's going to resolve as well. All right. Right, they're playing Deathblade Elite. I'm actually curious what soldiers they're running. I do like soldier builds, don't get me wrong. But Rice was a dead draw. It doesn't also build with Rights of Consumption to throw a big Lux Knight at the opponent's face. Really rewarding when it works, but Rice was a dead draw without Lux Knight. Yeah, that's fair enough. I get that. 2 indelt by this creature. Obviously going to just fire off with that. I think I'm just happy to play this. And we will attack just to see if they want to hit. Otherwise, we'll just play a Leonardo for like some level of mana. Alright, let's just put the Leonardo in. We can put this in and then replay the Thraben Inspector. And I guess this uses our mana a little bit better, so we'll do it like this. Okay, an Ancient Den. Alright, that's okay. We can play Inspector, Wedding Invitation, and then crack some of our clues as well. It's probably important to recognize that this can just block this for days. This is prevent all combat damage that will be dealt to and dealt by this creature this turn. So you can pay 2 mana just to make it like a big old brick wall. It is just scary seeing people not do a lot. Because like what's in their hand, you know? Let's play another Wedding Invitation first. Before we start getting in with these Thraben Inspectors and whatnot. There's the Lux Knight Breacher. We can't play you this turn. But we can play this card. And then, yeah, we'll just crack in and then we can crack a clue and step, I think. It's probably our best use of time and mana. Rights is interesting. I mean, maybe there could be something with like a... Ooh, Flash Flying. Well, that's nice. Still can't just... buff it, but I do like that it's a 1/2 with flying. That's sick. Yeah, and then just blocking like that, and then that's fair enough. We can't play this other Leonardo. So in our turn, I mean, they can do the buff. Bugler's a soldier. Bugler is a soldier. And it also would cost less with the Bounty Rush. But I think with the Wedding Invitation and the Lux Knight, we can cook along pretty well here. Oh, they can crack it for 1. I do like that though. Love me some soldiers. And we have to be mindful if they're running... I think Rafine's Informant's not a soldier, so I'm wondering if they are doing some Strand shenanigans. Maybe they are. Okay. That's a Battle Screech. Battle Screech is good. How big's Lux Knight? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We are definitely playing a Lux Knight first. We'll play a Lux Knight because I don't want it to just get cooked by anything else. And then we'll attack with everything. Because they can't actually activate the Deathblade Elite. And then we've got our boy coming in. The old 13-13. And I'm hoping if we can just get a little bit of damage in, we can just play this Leonardo. So I could pick up this Thraben Inspector and play Leonardo for 4. Or I could just cook this Deathblade Elite. I think we'll just cook this Deathblade Elite. Cloud Shift, you say? Okay. If that's what they're doing, I'm kind of happy to just... So if we play this, it'll be 4. They'll drop to 14. Yeah, you know what? Let's Leonardo them and drop them to... We just sacrifice this Leonardo. Drop them to 15. Because then we can just play this other... And they can't really attack too much either. They can cloud shift this, but it comes back in as slightly less, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh no, it's you control, sorry. I think momentary bullying maybe is the one that says you can... Any creature. Right on. Maybe I should go white-black. And then get more True Maya then. They got some absolute shenanigans going on with this deck though, let me tell you. Yeah, Scott Vidge, get in some. I do have a wedding invitation though. So what I actually want to do, it's probably just correct to do, just double them with the Lux Knight Breacher, but I could play Battle Screech, Flashback Battle Screech, 4, 5, 6, 7, and just get them with Leonardo and a Lux Knight and give them both the wedding invitations. It is an option that we can do. Core Skyfisher. Okay. Well, hopefully they just play the Militia Bugler. And then we can, do Battle Screech, Flashback Battle Screech. Alas, they did not. Okay, let's just do it over 2 turns, I think. Let's, because they could have Thraben Charm too easily here. Just get in. If they have Prismatic Strands, they have Prismatic Strands. Okay, no, we're getting in for the old 13 Rooney. We'll play a Battle Screech, Flashback Battle Screech. Step like this, I guess. And then we have a 7-3. I was really, I just see getting destroyed there. Just if they play Prismatic Strands, then we just kind of cooked. Will they hit? Search Party Captain. Hell yeah, dude. This is a sick deck. I'll have to put a bookmark on this because I might need to play a Soldiers list at some point. I like the Deathblade Elite. It just dies to Lava Dart. That's all. And you can soup it up a lot and just actually absolutely cook people with it. Alright, let's crack a clue. Prismatic Strands. Well, let's do what Richard Garfield intended to do and give this unblockable and just get in with it. Just attack with the Leonardo as well. The birds. Here we go. Is it enough? Watch the space. This is where they cast Prismatic Strands. If they're running Cloud Shifts and stuff, I can see them running less. Is Leonardo a soldier? It's a Mutant Ninja Turtle. Of course it is. And you take 13? Or do we have a Prismatic Strands? There we go. Let's crack a clue. Let's crack 2 clues in case we get a Glorious Anthem. Because you can always just Prismatic Strands on their turn. Was not expecting the Crib Swap, but it does cost 1 less, doesn't it? And then make that cost 1 less as well. So if they Crib Swap before, so we do lose 2 creatures. Leonardo doesn't do much. Let's play this other Inspector. And then I assume they're likely just going to attack him with everything. And then well, they can't anyway. And then we have a Strands on the back. Was not expecting Crypt Swap though. Sad to lose the birds. They just take 2 life. What are they playing? What are they scheming, you know? I think we just opt for the triple here, to be honest. We're going to lose 1 creature this way. Or they crib swap it or something like that, which I'm fine at. Ooh, Gem Palm Incinerator. Very nice. It gets 3 and then we lose 2. Is that fine? Am I okay with that? We could do a Prismatic Strands. We still lose the Changeling anyway. You know what? That's fine. They're soldiers. It's all soldiers. Damn. Well, my point still stands. The Changeling's a soldier. That's hilarious. Yeah. It's all soldiers. That's crazy. Soldier creatures get +1/+1. Well, nothing changes. Nothing changes. Let's hopefully get something off this clue. I just told him I didn't realize that either. That's pretty cool. Okay, Thrave Inspector. Let us crack a clue and see what we can get. Ancient Den, that is not what we want. We want action. Let's play the Ancient Den. We tackle Leonardo. How much do we lose here? Playing how we did with the other Leonardo feels a bit silly now. They can't provoke. They're just going to chomp. Okay, that's fine with me. It's back to us. Deathblade Elite, just infinite blocks. Okay. Still got 3 cards in hand as well. There it is, Search Party Captain. Draw a card. Alright, deck, give me like a Core Skyfish or something like that. Raffine's in full, and at least we can get rid of these damn planes. Into another planes. Let's attack with Leonardo again. My mouse is being very dodgy. There we go. Alright, in we go. I'd almost just block or something, but that's okay. This guy's definitely been cooking. Oh, the ideally Grange on there. Okay. Well, I guess with this activated ability, it's not as crazy. Okay, so Hardened Escort. Whenever this creature attacks, another type of creature is possible and gains indestructible. I mean, it is a soldier as well. There's lots of common soldiers. Not Search Party Captain. Okay. We're slowly getting out of range here. Like a Wedding Invitation just finishes the game here. That'd be nice. Thraben Charm. Thraben Charm. Well, let's just attack with the old mate again. May as well just play our planes. Okay. I'll pass the turn. Must be just sitting on... Like, if you're sitting on removal, you'd want to get rid of Leonardo to some extent, I would have thought. If they're Thraben Charming Leonardo, we're going to use Prismatic Strands. They have another Deathblade Elite. Okay. Block us for days. Cat's back. Yeah, is it standard or this list? 5-color control is very good in standard. I just got cooked by it before as well. Okie dokie. Not doing much else. All this back to us. And drawing planes is not what we want. We can't tackle Leonardo because they can just do the Deathblade Elite. We really just need a wedding invitation. On God. That's all we really need. I'll bring back the draws here. Yoof. Big yoof. One mana draw card. I'd even take like a Novice Inspector at this point. We need to get some kind of draw happening here. Okay. I wonder if they're going to provoke here. I guess they can do the Lord effect, which is a problem. Maybe just Thraben Charm that end step. Interesting. I think we just fire off the Prismatic Strands here. And then yeah, don't get me wrong. It's just Prismatic Strands. Instead, I'm going to just hit this. Because it's very... Oh, I could hit the Deathblade Elite and then attack. And then just block with whatever. Doing 3. Same white. Because it is the correct choice here. And let's just see what they do. Because we can... If they don't play any other creatures... So they have... Let's just hit this Haunted Escort. Does it give something else indestructible? Honestly, this is still better though. Let's just get rid of the Ambush Paratrooper. The fact that it's just a Lord effect is pretty cooked. I'd have to think about what that soldier is. Let's oh, actually this doesn't do anything this turn, so we're not going to cast that. Go to our turn. Raffine's Informant. All right, deck. Give me someone off the top. They only have... Well, they have 2 flyers, actually. Okay, now Lux Knight Breach is nice. Cast. Let's hit this. Still, we need like a wedding invitation. Like we just win the game if we have a wedding invitation. This is a very long game. This is a very, very long game. Alright, we'll just play the Lux Knight Breacher for 1 billion. Unless if we attack with everything, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have 5 blockers. They block there. They block there. Block there. It's not good blockers for us anyway. If we draw a Core Scarfisher, we want to be able to return this. So Leonardos are not too bad either. We can attack with everything and then just return a Leonardo. Whatever gets through, we can Leonardo. And now we can effectively get in with the Lux Night Breacher, which is good. Okie doke. How are we going to get through this game? This is like a cook game. I was not expecting this to happen. Alright, Bugler. They have their value, don't get me wrong. We can't need to either like deal with this Core Skyfisher so we can actually get... They didn't hit anything off the Bugler, it looks like. Thraben Charm. Honestly, I'm going to target this Core Skyfisher. And then we're going to get in with this Lux Night Breacher to do anything, but we're going to attack these flyers because they don't have any other flyers. And I think this is how we're going to win this game, is with these flyers. My gosh. Oh, they take it. They take the damage. Oh my god. Okay, these search parties, so not looking at putting a flyer in. Maybe they already have a flyer. Well, if they had a flyer, you'd just play 2 flyers. So okie doke. This can do a big crashing. Probably. Maybe. Yep. Yep. Okay, doing provokes. Does this do the untaps for it? Yeah, they do. Okay. But at least we can get rid of both of them now with our other spells. And then we can just attack with everything, I'm pretty sure. So this has to block this. This has to block that. But then this can block this. This can block that. Let's just chuck... Oh, we lose both if we do that. Let's not chuck that on there. Let's just do that. I actually should have put this over there and this over there and then put a Raffine's Informant on there. Okay, we're just going to strands here though, so... That's sick. I can't believe that is a soldier. You morph it. When this creature is turned face up, friend, it will non-combat damage to non-soldier creatures. So we'll just name white. And then, yeah... Prismatic Strands, I think, is still a bit more powerful. That's sick, though. I love soldiers. Take a snapshot of this, honestly. It's absolutely cracking. But alas, everything's prevented. And we can attack for 1 in the air. If it said non-combat damage, that'd be cooked. Holy crap. Alright, you got a flyer. Do you have 2 flyers though? That is the question. Yeah, this is good stuff. I'm very happy to play against like a mono white soldiers list. We get a wedding invitation in the end. Alright, let's just attack with the flyers and then we can call it a day. Go. Yeah, that's sick. Gem Palm Incinerator. Everything gets first strike, but they still have just one flyer. And Rafine's Informer's not a soldier, it's a wizard. I thought it'd be an advisor or something like that. Anyway, in for onesies. And done. Just like that. Alright. There we go. I love some of the things people write. It's good stuff. Let's jam one more, I think. We'll play Luxnut again. I think my chatbot's not working for Twitch, that's all. Then our Borix looks like it's working. Alright, we're on the play here against Abridger, I think. Yeah, we'll keep this. We can wedding invitation. Got a cool Skyfisher. It's all happy days for us here. Okay. Let's just start with just the planes. You know, we're not playing anything too crazy. We'll play the drum as they go. And then probably, okay, that's interesting. Scout Barons. I think we still want to play the wedding invitation. I think, and then we can fire off the core Skyfisher on a following turn. Essentially we can play the core Skyfisher, return it, and then play it again. And then we can follow up with the Battle Screech. Play the drum, play Battle Screech, flashback Battle Screech. It's all coming together. Don't you worry about that. They're playing a Grim Bauble. That's very bizarre. That doesn't really... Oh, they're just doing that to get the Glintorf. Okay. Okie dokie. Well, so we're just playing this like a Glintblade list. Interesting they're playing the Scowled Barons. Let's play Core Skyfisher. Let's return the wedding invitation. Turn that. We'll play Citadel and then we can just, yeah. Let's outright just play the invitation. Try and get some good hits. Right, another Threaven Charm. Okay. I think next time what we'll do is we will cast Battle Screech and then we'll flash it back and then we'll play the drum. All right, in comes the bauble. Do you have a second bauble? That does affect my plan if you do that. But also, if they go in double bauble, they're not having a great time. Like, we've redrawn a card off this Core Skyfisher anyway, and we'll play the Screech out. And it also kind of just telegraphs that they don't have a cast down or anything like that in their hand. Citadel. Let's play a Citadel. Let's play a Screech out. It's just a shame that we can't flash it back, I guess, but that's okay. And then we'll just tap one bird down so we can actually play this drum. And it's good to go. Refurbished familiar. All right, well, this is the easiest planes we're ditching in a very long time. And maybe just like double gun them with the Thraben Charms and just start bashing him for 2. Mayhaps. Please don't Glinthawk the Refurbished Familiar. That'll be festy. Okay. This likely means they're not, because they're picking up an artifact land. We'll still have enough artifact lands. Please God, don't do it. Okay, good. Guardian's Pledge is not what we want here. I think what I'm going to do, while I can, is I'm just going to deal damage to this and just sort this out. And hopefully we just draw another creature. I can't see them getting rid of both of our creatures. And we'll get them for 2. We have just as fast a clock as them. And then if they don't do anything specific, we're going to Thraben Charm their other Glinthawk. But this Guardian's Pledge does not sit well currently. Yeah, Core Skyfisher. I was just picking up a bauble here. I'd rather them just do the target first, and then we can hit this Core Skyfisher right off the bat. All right, let's charm them here now. The problem with like the Lux Knight deck is because we run so much more of the Springleaf drums and stuff like that, it gets a little bit slower. And it's no fun drawing like multiple Springleaf drums off the top. Alright, Novice Inspector into like Core Skyfish is pretty good. I'm just playing a Lux Knight. It's pretty nice as well. It's a biggin. It's a biggin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nice little 9/9, and then we can crack them down to 18, and then suddenly we have a giant creature that gets them in 2 turns. Plus, one of those hits can be unblockable as well, which is nice. You just have a cast down? They do have a cast down, okay. Well, it's really the Battle of the Birds here. Battle of the Birds. And they're currently winning that Battle of the Birds. And they just have a couple better top decks than us, that's all. Things like Refurbished Familiar is pretty good. Right, they got rid of River Plains on top and kept another one on top. So Plains down, 1 unknown on top. Citadel, we're going to keep that in our hand because if they play Refurbished Familiar, we just want to get rid of that. The only thing is, I guess we have to just kind of play this game through because we can just draw like another Lux Knight Breacher and then like we're back into oh, they're just goners in 2 turns. Omen of the Dead. Okay. Well, that's not good for us. that gets obviously core Skyfisher, and then yeah. I don't think it's worth it to actually save it. That's the other thing, though. I think we're cooked in this game 1. I think we move on to a game 2. I think that is a good shout. They definitely did things. Let's see what we would have drawn, though. The game doesn't want to show us. We just go to sideboarding. Terms of sideboarding, relics are good if they bring omens. Prismatic Strands I'm less hot on. We're bringing a fair few cards in. Dusters are actually pretty good against Glintblade. Pardon me. They're on stuff like Tarthing Blade as well. I want to cut down, because we're running 20 lands, I want to cut down the Springleaf Drums because it's not a great draw. Guardian's Pledge is good against Arms of Hadar. And then, yeah, I think even we want to cut down on like 1-2 Battle Screeches because they run like Suffocating Fumes and stuff. I think this is fine. And the fact that we have Leonardo as well just kicking around is extra nice. This is like probably a pretty good setup as it is here. We're on the play. Let's do this. Oh yeah, I have to mull this. This hand's very keepable. We're gonna probably put back. I'm not too hot on this Throbbing Charm, to be honest. We'll put one of the Throbbing Charms back. The fact that we can dust the crap out of them, and then we can Rafine's Informant hopefully to get our third land. It's Gravy Train. It's Gravy Train, and we got our ticket for the Gravy Train. Very happy with this one. Right, Keepy Weepy. They mull to 6, they're keeping. Let's just chuck the charm. Very proactive hand. Yeah, double dust to us. It's just like, just double dust them, dude. Mull to 5, that's rough. Good. Alright, let's start it off. They've mulled a fair bit. So if they have artifact lands, they've just cooked themselves as well. Okay, they've mulled. This is not good for them. If we get another land, they are cooked here. Let's do this. Get rid of the Rafine's Informant, the Thraben Charm. I really want to hit him and while they're down with these Dust to Dust. If they revoke his existence us, then that's not good for us. Wonder what they're gonna do. I mean, that's good for them. It's very good for them. But if they play Refurbished Familiar, then we can still get rid of 1 Dust to Dust and still cook 2 lands. And that's kind of good as well. We can just play this. We can cycle it as well if they play Refurbished Familiar. I'm kind of keen to play that as well because we might be able to just get like a Lux Knight out at some point. Right, in for 3. Your turn, opponent. Yeah, Tarthing Blade. That's okay. We can't really bring back Rafine's Informant anyway. I think we're just going to cycle this Relic. We don't even need to do that. Oh, I do want to kind of get to some certain things. Let's just do that here. And then we'll punch one of those lands away. Alright, that's kind of nice. Let's plan, obviously, for like a 5/5 Lux Knight Breacher, I think is fine. And if they go at least another artifact land and something else, then we can just still cook it with some, with the dust of dust in our hand. It's just still, Basilica's obviously very good at mulligans. That's why people run those cards. I wonder if they have a Core Skyfisher here. I'm more inclined here to also just jam a... if they're picking up that. If this is the case, I'm kind of happy to jam the Lux Night Breacher. And then do a... Blood Fountain's not even that scary, to be honest. You know what? Let's just Stone Rain them again. We pay just the normal rate for a Stone Rain here. They can play the Blood Fountain, that's fine, but that's like just their turn. The Blood Fountain doesn't really do anything. It's more if they have a cast down. We're just drawing run of lands, which is just crazy. There's the Blood Fountain and another artifact land. Maybe we should have waited and just played the Lux Night Breacher. The fact that they haven't played any Glint Hawks, any refurbished familiars, makes me think they have a cast down in their hand. I've really just drawn these lands. All right, let's just play a Lux Night Breacher. That's why we run the artifact lands, because it just allows us to be at least a 6/6. It's such a good artwork, this Lux Night Breacher. But I think we're about to get cooked by them. Yeah, it's a cast down. No, Fanatical Offering. Okay, all right. I can work with that. We have a faster clock than them currently, and if we keep drawing Lux Night Breaches, that's even better. Okay, we'll discard our Darksteel Citadel here. So if you kind of just have like a leftover land, it's worth it to keep them to the side against these black decks. Oh, Tarthing Blade, yikes. We kind of need a good succession of like Inspectors into Core Skyfishers now, otherwise we're pretty far behind. Do the post-combat map token? I think they are. Or maybe they're playing like a Favorite Inspector. They are. Lembas on top. Okay. Alright. Plains. That's okay. We'll concede to that one. It's a fair cop opponent. Sometimes Glintblade's good. Let's just jump into one more. And I think we'll finish for the night then after that. It's been a good little run. And we're on the play, which is nice way to start. Right opponent, yes, would like to play. This hand's a bit gross. I think we're gonna mulligan it, to be honest. I don't think it really does anything that we want it to do. We'll keep this. We'll drop a land, then we can go like drum into invitation. Drum, Favorite Inspector into invitation. I think it's fine. Okay, land. Just play the Inspector. Let's say go. Oh, they're a big fan of channel. That's nice. Oh, it's like Forest. If that was going to be a Lana Elves, I was going to cry. This deck would not handle Elders very well. Okay. They get Expedition Map. What else did they reveal? Oh, no, they don't reveal anything else. That's fair enough. Alright, another drum. Well, oh, sorry, I don't want to do that. Let us play the drum. Tap the creatures down. And play the Wedding Invitation. Try and hit like another land. Land into Lux Night would be good. Alright, Battle Screech is still good as well. If we draw a land, we are really getting along. Turn 3 is nice. Another Ancient Stirrings. So obviously have another land here. Maelstrom Colossus. Is this like a Tron? It is Tron. Mono green Tron. I forget what this Colossus does. Oh, that would be fun to play. Just like a an 8/8 with Cascade. It's just not fun when they cascade into something that isn't that good. Okay, so let us attack with the Thraben Inspector. I don't want to cook the clues in just yet. We'll play the Novice Inspector. Play the drum. Say go. And then next time we can play Screech, but because of the drums, we can't actually get them ahead, which is a little bit sad. No, we can play. Oh, no, we can't. We need a land, and then we can Screech with everything. So you can likely get into like a turn 4 Tron, which allows them to play the 8/8 with Cascade. Luckily, it doesn't have reach, so maybe the Flyers can do something about that. Okay, yep. They're playing the 8/8 with Cascade. Okay. Scratch that. They're going to play Tron this turn. Okay, alright. Is it just mono green Tron, do you reckon? Or do you reckon they're playing red as well? They're playing Prism. Makes sense. And obviously have like map will get something anyway. We'll get the tower. Okay, cool Skyfisher. I think we just play the Skyfisher this time around. Let's attack and then we return this and tap and then play the core Skyfisher. I think that's fine to do. We need to get some level of damage on the board. Alright, let's play this. Return one of these ones. Tap, just play it again. At least now we can play about Squish and flash it back, and then yeah, I think that's fine. Then we get in with the flyer. No, we still can't. They might absolutely cook us here anyway. I know there is a couple of the random green giant creatures that have reach. I think there's 2. Let's see what they play. Ancient Stirrings. And then 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, just playing an 8/8 is pretty good. Don't get me wrong. I think we keep an 8/8 around though. What I want to get rid of is like another Maelstrom Colossus. Okay. I mean, here it comes. Here comes the first walloping. Okay. Ancient Stirrings. And does that get another one? That is the question. Okay, land. Okay, well let's just play Battle Screech. Oh, sorry, we'll tap one down. And then again with the flyer, I don't really mind if we lose a little bit of damage from this 7/7. We just need to get damage in. And we can probably, we can stave off a little bit with the Thraben Charm. You know, if they attack with the Maelstrom, I mean the Colossus we can block with an Inspector as well, so it's not like the end of the world. Lots of mana, so much mana. Are they gonna just double them? Double it and give it to the next person, please. Okay, there's the Cascade into. Is this the one with the... No, it gains life equal to its power. That's a good one. This is a fun deck as well though. Just cracking for 7. We'll take 7, that's fine. Let's just try and get them done in 3. And somehow get some level of like mega blocks going. Yeah, let's just attack with the flyers. We can also Thraben Charm if they play another prototype. Let's crack a clue first. A wedding invitation. That doesn't really help too much. And we keep this Thraben Charm up. Let's just pass. If they play another Golem, we can Thraben Charm it in response. And then it doesn't get the ability. Because it says equal to its power. So if we want to keep this level of race going, this is how we're going to do it. Okay. I think we block... We have to block one, otherwise we're cooked here. And then let's just hit this other one for Thraben Charm. And then see what they play. There we go, we take 6. This is a lot more manageable if that's all they play. But like they're also a Tron deck with 6 cards in hand. Well, they have plenty of mana, and they can double up now. Well, that can do something, and that also makes it's also a flyer. Damn, dude. What are they playing? All right, it can't be a generous end. All right, that's fair enough. We just have to try and be faster than them. That's all that we can really do. Destroy Evils, Holy Lights, Prismatic Strands. We can bring the Dust to Dust again for the Prisms. But at the end of the day, we have to just be fast. I kind of don't hate just keeping everything in. We'll cut the Thraben Charms and keep the Dust to Dust in, I think, essentially, because that gets rid of most of their creatures. If they're playing an Ent, we've lost the game. That's essentially what I've decided on. If they play an Ent, we've lost the game. Everything else is kind of a bit crap. All right, we're on the play. This is actually pretty good with Leonardo, at least. It makes things a lot faster. Let's play this and just play an Inspector. And then we'll just drop everything else out. Leonardo's better when there's more numbers. We likely just want to play Rafine's Informant and then tap the Inspector down and play the Inspector and then attack with everything. It's the best use of mana, I think. Battle Screech is nice to also hit here. Let's play the drum and just tap down this. Play Rafine's Informant. Yeah, discard the Screech, and then next turn we can just play these out. Flush back the Battle Screech and hopefully hit this Leonardo for some extra damage. They're gonna play a turn. They're gonna play a turn 3 Tron, which is not fun. God damn, dude. God damn. The old Prof's Prism. Okay, so they got the natural Tron in their hand. Then that's what they're telling us here. Maybe they got a nice little breath weapon waiting for us. Look, that's actually good. So let's play out the Inspector. And let's play the Novice Inspector. I do wish I had, because essentially... Oh, no, that's okay. So we can... It's more... I want to play the Leonardo this turn with Sneak. So if we go... We have to tap 3, and I'd rather return this to my hand with the Leonardo. I don't really want to play the Rafine's Informant again. So let's just do it like this. It does a lot more damage this way as well. And we'll attack with the Thraben Inspector, and then we'll do the Leonardo sneak. So pay 1 white. This is absolutely cooked board state. I was not thinking about this today when I was doing all this. And then we can Guardian's Pledge next turn. So we can get a turn 4 kill, which is good. I think Leonardo should be in mono white anyway, regardless of what anyone's playing anyway. What's going to be natural Tron player? Go and play a Tron. We'll Thraben. We'll Guardian's Pledge for lethal. Currently, we have 6, 12. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right. We're just shy of lethal. If I was them and I had a breath weapon, I would play that card here. Is this a breath weapon? It feels... It's interesting. Maybe they didn't have anything anyway. So they play the tower. I was really like, they're filtering for a red and they're going to cook us here. We have lethal though. We're technically like 1 short because we have the Guardian's Pledge. Well, like I said, it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this will go to 7, 3. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have Exactsies. But they can play some stuff here. Ancient Stirrings is not going to cut the mustard. A blocker mayhaps will. But yeah, not getting another Urza's Tower will do it. There we go. Alright, we're going to a... They knew we had to throw in show anyway. We're going to a game 3 somehow. Yeah, let's just run it back. I like the Dust to Dust. I think they're good enough. We have to run everything else as well. Okie dokie. This is slower. But we have a high chance of drawing a 2-drop or something like that. And the Lux Knight Breacher does help. Do we keep this hand? Probably not. Let's mull this hand. It's very close. They mulled. Well, we definitely have to mull this. There's too many 1-drops. They're keeping. Come on, deck. Give me a good 5er. This is not a good 5er. Let's put away 2 lands. Let's put away. Just put away like this. This way, if we draw like a Lux Knight Breach, at least we have something for that. All right, over to moi. Drawing 4th land is not what I had on my bucket list. And so on these kinds of hands, then they never feel good, but we're going to essentially crack a clue next turn. And then we can play the Novice Inspector on the following turn. Yeah, let's just play land. Crack clue. Doesn't really matter pre or post state. Oh, and a land, that's not good. Bit bizarre. I feel like we've run into this a little bit tonight because we have been running. I mean, 20 lands is not that much. It's a bit scary how many lands we're running. But like when you factor in Springleaf Drum as well, it's 24 mana sources. It's a fair bit. But we need to get to the 4-drops, unlike normal weenie lists. Okay, at least they have a slow Tron hand, which is what you want. We're going to play this Ancient Den. Let's get him for 1. We'll play Novice Inspector. We'll crack it. Like if we get like a Battle Screech next turn into a Guardian's Pledge, just maybe we have a chance. We will play the drum first. And then we can play the Inspector. Let's just pass to the clue end step. At least pretend that we have something. You know what I mean? If we can go maybe wide enough, we can potentially get there. Not anymore. That was the quickest tap for 8 I've seen in my life. What do we have? Maelstrom Colossus. The 8-mana 7/7 with Cascade. Into a Crop Rot. That's fine. I probably just wouldn't even cast it. I guess that's one thing as well. Yeah, because you can tap for different colors. And Surveillance kind of legit, I guess. Okay, there's a 7/7. Alright, now deck. Give me a Lux Night Breacher off the top. Okay. We did have to draw planes first. This is 4, 5, 6, 7. It is a 9/9. It's bigger than their 7/7. There we go. And we wouldn't have drawn it if we didn't have all our clues. So here's my 9/9. Don't play the 7 mana card that deals 10 damage. That will be brutal. Got 4 cards. 4 cards and a Can-Do attitude. I mean, all that we can pray for is that we just draw another Lux Night Breacher, really. Maybe we should bring back the Militia Buglers in this list. Go a little slower and then cut some drums maybe. Or cut a planes. We'll block. I'm into it. I'll block. What do you have for me here? Just like a Breath Weapon or something? Is a Breath Weapon? Oh, it is. No, that's fair enough. Wow. Okay. Obviously if they were attacking, they were telegraphing a Breath Weapon, but Cannonade is still instant speed. So they could even just kept back their other Colossus. And just for people playing with Pauper at home, Cannonade's a lot cheaper than Breath Weapon, because Breath Weapon is non-dragons, and obviously people play some common pirates. Alright, Rafine's Informant. Well, this Rafine's Informant's going to pull a lot of weight with these planes, let me tell you. Get rid of that. Let's play Thrave Inspector. Let us crack a clue now as well. Maybe we'll hit something good. I mean, let's play planes and pass. Alright. I don't think Leonardo's going to be able to cut the mustard. But it's nice to have him here, you know. Let's just take 7. And then... yeah, that's a 7/6 with abilities. Reach, Trample, gain 5 life. Alright, we draw land. That's GG's. We'll put a GG there. Today was not our day. We got some really good wins before off stream with the Mono Black Affinity deck. Alright. So, I think that's probably it. This is just around the 3-hour mark anyway. Thanks for checking out the stream, whoever's hopped in. Yeah, thanks for 1,000 subscribers. That's really fun, and I was not expecting it at all. Hopefully the rest of the year brings more Pauper videos, some other formats as well, like Standard. We'll be keen to play some level of Modern as well, which is not everyone's favourite format, but I need to prepare for the regional championships and the qualifiers for those as well. Anyway, thanks for coming out. I appreciate it. I know I just got some more viewers coming anyway. It's been an absolute treat. So if you want to check out my channel, there's heaps of Pauper videos on there. I just posted one today as well. And yeah, we brew a fair bit on this channel anyway. So thank you very much. And my cat's here saying goodbye as well. She wants to chill out. So thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Have a good night, everyone, or day, or wherever you are. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank